Have you ever watched a film and for better or worse, your final thoughts of it always start with, well, that needed to be a series. This can range from the negative end, where you have Guy Ritchie's King Arthur film, where it felt like someone wrote an entire epic series worth of story and then shoehorned it into a 2-hour film, and it just doesn't work. Or you have the positive end, where you have things like Scott Pilgrim, where you just want more, or Aquaman, where they packed it with as much as they possibly could in case they didn't get to make another one. Thankfully they are. The film I'm about to talk about fits just about into the positive end of this. I'm Jamie, and this is my review of Black Fox. Okay, while I said it fits into the positive end of the spectrum, it does suffer from some of the aspects of the negative, as there are places in desperate need of breathing room or expansion. Like, there is a time skip that happened near the beginning, and it did take me a while to get to grips with what was happening now and where everything kind of was. And this may because it was meant to be ambiguous, I can't imagine why, or it was obvious and I'm just a fucking moron. It happens more than I'd like to admit, but it would have benefited heavily from a bit more clarity and way more time just to adjust to what was going on. Likewise, a lot of the emotional moments in the film would have worked much better if it had been given time to breathe and more context. It feels like what happens when, after a series finishes, the studio releases a quick key points version film with better animation. Except there's no series here, and this is this studio's original concept. Speaking of the concept, it's not an entirely unique one that could be summed up with loner teen takes revenge on evil corporation / scientist. And yeah, I've seen that countless times, but the presentation is what makes this work, with the animation and fight direction holding this all together. There are unique aspects within the story, like Rika's drone companions Kasumi, Oboro and Madara, adding interesting aspects to fight scenes, and again, were only let down by their lack of screen time. Another who is desperately lacking screen time is Melissa, Rika's roommate, who is so damn adorable and must be protected at all costs. Could have watched a film just about her, to be honest. I'm also surprised how they managed to pull off some decent emotional responses from my cold dead heart, with the short time and build up they were given. Shout out to the opening few minutes of the film. I'm finding this film hard to write and talk about because every single negative I have can be traced back to the fact that it has to work in the restrictions of a film, and it just about does, but it leaves you needing more. Wanting more definitely, but needing more. There are two good examples of this. The previously mentioned time skip, and in my opinion the biggest, is the story of Mia and her father Lauren, whose story fell flat emotionally for me due to its rushed feeling and because of this lack of context. I've realised while writing this that I'm mostly saying negatives, but this is genuinely a good and extremely enjoyable film. But the singular negative I found is so all-encompassing that it hits every aspect of this film's narrative. Now, the ending I'm going to have to give the benefit of the doubt on the hope that this concept will either get a sequel or series, as both would solve most problems I have. If, however, this is all we get, then I can see it being very unsatisfying to most people in a narrative sense anyway. As you may not have noticed me talking about the animation or direction much in this review, as I believe the best way was to just show you, and if the visuals you've seen during this review hasn't gotten the point across that it's a pretty damn well animated film, then I doubt I could show you that verbally. Despite this film's negatives, based solely on its visual aspects and potential for what it could become, I really like this film. It probably won't go down as anything overly special, but it was a pleasant surprise that helped me get over the sheer trash fire that was Magmell. Also, the actual Black Fox suit is nice. If this review has piqued your interest, Black Fox can be streamed right now on Crunchyroll. And if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you very much for watching. And as I'm now one of the educated peoples, I have a bit more time, my output of content should increase, And again, thank you so much for watching, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on Black Fox. And if you're feeling in the Christmassy spirit, don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a nice day.